and dolls. It is a weird time frame on a Saturday that's supposed to be a shareholder Saturday. We have had technical difficulties. I got screwed up. I thought it was a Patreon day. That's Thursday instead of shareholder Saturday. So some things are messed up, and that's just a fact. So it's a work in progress. Like the Packers offense, we saw family night last night, but we are going to talk some Packers today, and we'll see who jumps on, because one of the things I'm doing with Get Vocal right now is testing the simulcast version of Get Vocal, which now is supposed to be distributing this live show to both the Facebook account right now and also my YouTube channel. And we will see if that in fact works out. And I just had my notification come through that I am live on Facebook as well. So this will be interesting to see, but if you're out there, let me know who you are, where you're coming at me from in the comments. We'll see if they filter through from Facebook or if those folks are just able to view. So we're, again, testing it out. I have no idea what to expect because Get Vocal is relatively new and there's not many examples out there, YouTube examples out there, but we are giving it a try, and there's plenty to talk about now. Last night after family night, I got on and we were pretty floored at how well this offense performed last night at family night. They saved their best for the fans, the 56,000+ fans at Lambeau Field. I think it was originally listed at over 71,000, but today on the website, it said the final count was 56,000. Of course, some of them didn't have the tickets, but didn't make it. So we've got some folks jumping on, and David is here. Good to see you. Good to see you, guest 2909. I don't know how that works. Again, we are simulcasting this show now to Facebook and also the YouTube live. So if you can and if you wish, jump on the comments. So what I've got here is I've got myself here. I've got everybody else locked right now, but the comment stream is there. And I'm going to say hi to everyone right now. And we'll find out if you guys pick that up, if it filters through. As we roll into a very important week for the Green Bay Packers now, with the Texans coming to town on Monday, and then a Thursday night, I believe, preseason matchup. So we are just, 5 days away from Packer football now. So we have the Denver Broncos versus the Atlanta Falcons. We enjoyed that one. That's a preseason matchup. Then we had, of course, Packers family night last night, and it was so good to see all the kids in the stands. I know it's just a practice and whatnot, but seeing all those kids in the fans just reinforces how family-oriented the Packers are. And this is a collision-based, a relatively violent sport, but the Packers, I think, do a good job of making it family-friendly and family-oriented. And we're a small community, and Packers fans consider each other family. That's what basically Jair Alexander said. He said, "This is my second family." And so it's fantastic to watch things like family night. It'd be fantastic to see, and I'm using the word fantastic too much. It would be interesting to see if any other teams could pull off a stunt like this, 56 to 70,000+ fans. And we were selling out Lambeau Field in terms of ticket-wise for many years, family night. Now it's just a practice, and we still have almost 60,000 in the stands. And what a great sort of introduction to the NFL before the preseason even begins. Mike McCarthy talked about this last year, for the rookies to get on the field and be able to go out there and practice, but they've got a game day atmosphere. There's a lot of folks in the stands. There's noise. There's game day noise, stuff like that. It's very important for these young rookies coming in to get acclimated to NFL football. So I am not seeing any indication that Facebook is running the show. I am not seeing any indication from YouTube either right now. So these are the things I'm looking for as I test it out. And, of course, I will have to figure out what day. Maybe we'll do Shareholder Saturday next Saturday, and I will have to make an apology on my Facebook page because I just frankly got mixed up and was rolling for the Patreon show, which I wanted to do for everyone anyway, hoping that it would be distributed to Facebook as well. For all I can see, it's not. But, bear with me on that. I did find the toggle, turn those on. It seemed a bit too easy. If it's this easy, it'd be fantastic. That's why I decided to run it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my notification here, and we'll see if maybe Facebook is running. And it is running. And I am seeing this. So, guys, all right, What I am seeing now is I'm not seeing Facebook Live comments here on Get Vocal, but I am seeing this on my phone. So I'm going to heart you guys up right now and let you know I'm here. Isaiah says, congrats, keep doing what you do. Cody says, good morning. All right, so we might be able to, we're simulcasting it. And if I can get my YouTube notifications, make sure those are set, that will be next. Now, the difference right now is that I've got to turn the volume down because there is a bit of a delay. So that's what we're running into. Guys, you can heart me up as you hear this for family night. Later on, of course, the patrons are going to have this show available to them. This is kind of the exclusive patron show in which I can do this right now. So those of you who aren't patrons, I'm going to go ahead and show you this and see how it looks on the Facebook page. If you were viewing this on Get Vocal, then you would have 3 spots available where folks can get on, and you can see that as well. So we'll lock those back up. Interesting. We are able to simulcast now. That's good news. That means I can do Facebook shows at the same time that I'm doing Get Vocal shows. If YouTube works, now we're talking a 3-fer, and that's very important. Guys, I did 4 hours, I may have mentioned. When training camp opened, that was 4 hours of live shows in one day, and that's because I had to do a show for each individual social media channel. So we're hoping to simulcast this, and that will help me a great deal, to be quite honest, all right? But it is interesting. Tremaine is asking how I'm doing. I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing absolutely fantastic because Packer football is back. Really, family night kicks off the season as far as I'm concerned. And right now, you know, we threw in about almost 60,000 fans into Lambeau Field to watch practice last night, and we saw the offense perform. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about on this live show today is that the defense performed as well. Last night, I was asked the question on my live show, and it was a great question. It was a fantastic question. How did the defensive line look, or how did the defensive front 7 look? And I think I kind of just answered, you know, it's a little easier for the offense to watch because they either make the catch or they don't. They were making catches last night. There was no 2 ways about it. At the same time, I wasn't watching the defense as much. I got a chance to go back and review that. So here's my word on the defense right now. Now, number one, I will say, when the offense was making plays, I don't think there was 1 or 2 times where the defense was just purely out of position. The Jake Kumerow laid out rolling catch, the defense was just out of position. But Jair Alexander getting caught over by Davante Adams, he was not out of position. He was playing pretty dang good defense, and Davante Adams is just that good, which tells me Jair Alexander is going to be very, very good. At the same time, having a chance to review the tape a little bit, this defense was getting home last night. If it hadn't been sort of a thud practice, in particular on it had to be a 5-step drop, I would say minimum. I didn't count it. But the long pass, that was 60 yards in the air, I think, from the 20-yard line, Aaron Rodgers to Davante Adams. They had a stunt on in that one, and that defense was about to get home. Now, I can't say they would have gotten home. I can't say it would have been a sack, but they were getting home. We saw some good pressures by Preston Smith out there. And I saw, Blake Martinez looking really good, looking strong. He blew a running back, blew his doors off last night. And that was that same Davante Adams pass that may very well have been a sack. But at the same time, thumbs up if you agree. I think Packer Nation very happy to see that this offense really turned it on last night. And I am excited about this offense right now. We didn't even really do a whole lot. They had the running phase that they did. It looked good. The motions look good. We talked about that last night. We're going to be putting pressure on defenses just to know what we're up to. We're going to be pressing the edges, and then we're going to be throwing long. Jimmy Graham with another nice catch. Robert Tonyan with a nice catch. Aaron Rodgers said Mercedes Lewis is showing up, especially in the blocking game. And I see Gary Iverson, the original, is on. This is going to be super great tape to review because I'm looking at my camera here, and I'm hoping that I don't look like I'm looking away from you guys because my phone is rolling it up over here. So this is what's going on, guys. We're simulcasting through Get Vocal, which means I can distribute to more channels at one time, which means I can do these shows without having to do 3 or 4 hours a show. Maybe I can do 1 hour and get 3 social media channels covered. I can take comments here. We got David, the original, is on. Cody is here. And David McLaughlin is here. Need a strong running game, bro. And I completely agree. I think we've got it. Thumbs up or heart me up if you think Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, they're just resting these guys right now. But Dexter Williams looked good out there. And Carson, wasn't it, that had what looked like a touchdown run as well. So I think what I would say about the running backs right now, and I've said this, I've noted it several times, I would like to see, I think the running backs are being decisive, but I would like to see them trigger just a third of a second faster than they're doing right now. Now, that's going to come with time, but I like what I see out of this O-line, getting out there, 300-plus pound guys, getting out in space and burying some people. And I think we've got the components in place to have a really good offensive line right now. So I'm excited about that as well. And I absolutely agree we're going to have a good running game moving forward. Layla is here. Good afternoon. How are you doing? And guys, if you want to become a supporter, just click that heart with the badge in it. Heart with the badge in it? Click the badge with the heart in it. I'm tongue-tying myself. And you will get a badge with a heart in it. Facebook offers that to our Facebook supporters. It's 99 cents a month, and you will get supporter-only content. So I do these free shows that I distribute to everybody, and including Get Vocal followers and patrons right now, and Facebook supporters, Facebook everybody. And possibly right now, I'm going to try and check it, guys, YouTube Live as well. So I'm going to have to go to my YouTube channel. We're just going to have to try it out. All right. And I see it. It's there. It says live now. We are officially running simulcast to 3 channels at the same time, guys. So I am very excited about that. I know some of you may not care, so I'm going to try and stay off it, but that is very exciting for me to be able to simulcast to 3 channels at the same time. I wish there wasn't a delay, and I'm going to have to turn down. I can do comments. I'll turn down the volume, and I'm going to go back to my YouTube channel, and then we're going to go back to talking Packer football, I promise. But I may very well be able to mute this and watch the comments here as well. All right. So anybody who's on YouTube as well, please jump in and hit me a comment. I know that I've got it open, and I'm just going to say hi to everybody. And we'll see if we get some comments rolling there as well. See if my settings are set. Yes. So we are all visible comment-wise on YouTube as well. I would like to grow that channel. And that has been something I haven't had as a big focus. But we've got Myrtle Beach on with Andy right now. Layla is here, we already said. Let's let them sleep on our Packers. And that is one of the things I think that we are seeing as kind of a running theme. Teams really just don't care about us. And I am just fine with that, folks. We had very, very good output and outcome from our offensive group. I mean, just name a name. Trevor Davis out there. MVS, as David is mentioning, or Layla is mentioning, had a nice catch. Your wide receiver group in terms of tight ends, Graham and Tanyan having some success out there. I think Jamon Moore had a catch, but he earlier had a drop. So, again, maybe a little bit of something going on there. And I do see that the live streaming on YouTube is getting a little herky-jerky, so we'll see what happens with that. But, yeah, name a name, and they had success in the passing game against a defense that has really been ahead of the offense thus far at training camp. So very, very good to see. And, of course, if we get a running game going, that's going to be even better. And Lloyd is saying the stream is laggy. And I did have, again, I mentioned earlier, I had internet issues today, so my internet was not running where it needed to run. I'm going to run a speed test again. I did, reset it and get it a little bit better, but it's not too shabby, but not too good right now. So yeah, that's going to cause problems, especially when you're trying to stream to 3 different social media channels at once. So again, on my Patreon page, that's why I like Get Vocal. It's part of the reason, because it's running smooth as silk. Whereas Facebook is very big. Facebook has given me some trouble from time to time. and Get Vocal on Patreon has not. So that's another benefit for our patrons. That's patreon.com/Packer Nation. If you wish to jump in on those, and those patrons are the ones I am going to allow onto the show when they jump on Get Vocal, get connected. All I got to do is unlock it like this. But as of right now, nobody's there from my Patreon, from my patron group. All right. So that's what we got so far. But guys, we were rolling into a very important week for the Green Bay Packers. Family night, of course, a very important practice. And then this week, a very important week. We've got the Texans coming into town. We're going to practice together. Now, knock on wood, we didn't have any injuries at family night. Well, we did. I think Jake Kummerow hurt his finger, but it didn't seem to bother him as he was out there making contested catch after contested catch. Now this week coming up, one of the biggest concerns, and heart me up if you agree, is, guys, we've got to stay healthy in this run when we're practicing against another team that we don't care about. We're going to be hitting a little bit, but they're also going to be hitting us. And I'm not sure what the status is on Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams, whether they're going to practice or not. But, if they do, they're going to be at risk to some extent. And I know the coaching staff is going to get together with the Texans coaching staff. They're going to try to make sure nobody gets hurt. Neither coaching staff. We don't have any axe to grind against each other. This is training camp practice leading up to a preseason game. We want everybody healthy and available because that's when you get the best data on your team and you can make the best roster decisions moving forward. It's super important. But I just hope that no one gets hurt. And Robert is asking what's the situation on Aaron Jones, and really he's going to be fine. It's just precautionary. But if they go ahead and pull the trigger and put him in now against the Texans aren't going to care to hit him. So I'm a little bit worried, even though Dano was saying 12-plus wins all day. I like the way you think, my friend. So Chuck is here. Health is always the biggest factor. Yeah, and Chuck has reminded us of that time and time again. I do think it's a huge factor. We had our coach go down already with a torn Achilles. We've had hamstring after hamstring already. And I've heard people, Peter Bukowski, and he's right. I don't disagree one bit. Early in training camp, players' bodies, even though they've been training in the offseason, they're not ready for training camp per se. And even though they purposefully overhydrate, their bodies aren't necessarily ready, and we can get these hamstrings. But I'm at a loss for us having these issues. This is more injuries than we want to see at this point in training camp. I think the thing that we are avoiding and hoping to avoid so far is, and again, knock on wood, the big major injury to an important piece of our offense or defense or special teams. So, do I have a thumbs up? John is finally here. Good to see you, buddy. Do I have a thumbs up for practicing special teams a couple, 2-3 times at family night and ending with a 63-yard field goal by Sam Ficken out there? Now, I will say this about this, and it was announced as a 64-yard field goal, so I should say that. But I will say this about that field goal. That was a line drive. That took no time to travel 64 yards. And I've got to say, that was a field goal. When you're kicking that far, one of the biggest things is you got to get it high enough to not have it blocked. So if it snuck through, it would have been good. But that field goal looked like a blockable ball to me. So we'll say that. Brent's got a comment. I like a lifelong Packers fan and feel guilty because I've been busy and not keeping up with the news. Glad to have you stream to get caught up. Well, we're very glad to provide that as a service for you, man. And Brent, you can consider becoming a supporter. It's 99 cents a month. And we do these shows. I've been doing for about 3 years now. This is probably my 4th year. Live shows 5 days a week. Now, I've had to go back into the traditional workforce this past off season, but I'm hoping to get out, and doing that through some form of stable income is not easy. So if you click that badge with the heart in it, you get a badge with a heart in it. And for 99 cents a month, you also get supporter only content. So that's where we're headed with that. I'm hopeful. And we are calling our supporters shareholders because no other NFL team can call their supporters shareholders. And for a limited time, we have heritage shareholders, because I've been talking to on our shareholder Saturday, which is what this show is supposed to be. So I'm going to have to postpone that to next Saturday. I apologize. And Chuck is one of our shareholders as well. I apologize for that. I just got mixed up. So I'm dialing in the schedule, but I messed up today. I thought it was Patreon Thursday for some reason. I don't know why. It's because I'm a moron. I don't know why anyone would pay 99 cents to have a moron like me do a show like this, but I'm getting good feedback. No, and the support has been fantastic. I appreciate having a chance to catch everybody up. And we also try to do a lot of interaction on these shows. So even if I miss something, usually somebody jumps on and comments and helps me, catch up. We've had announcements on this show that have gone live that I haven't, because I'm streaming live. I can't keep up with the news while I'm on for an hour. And we've had folks say, hey, so-and-so just signed. And that's what I like about this show, is the interactivity. All right. And Chuck right now is saying Davis has always had speed and good hands. He's had the Jeff Janis problem. And I'm starting to wonder, thumbs up if you agree, if the Jeff Janis problem didn't have more to do with Mike McCarthy than anything else and his system. Trevor Davis is the real deal right now from everything I've seen. Now, he still has to do it in games, but he has done it in games. He did it, several years ago against the Atlanta Falcons, scoring his first touchdown right in the right place at the right time. Ryan says, I'll be back on Patreon tonight. That's fantastic. Patreon through Get Vocal. Now, Patreon is a smaller platform, so you have to separately connect to me through Discord. That's where I'm going to be available on game day. You also need to get Vocal and connect there, because I've got 3 spots for folks to come on my show. And I want to do a game show on Patreon. And it's going to be a freaking blast. Somebody is here. Sean is here. And then it popped him off. So we're getting caught up, and I'm testing it today. Now we're simulcasting it. So the simulcast, of course, if you're having a little trouble, maybe it's a little herky-jerky on Facebook, that's a free Facebook show. YouTube, that's a free show. My patrons are paying to get on. And you guys, it's running absolutely fantastic. It's made for this. And the 3 people coming on 4 at a time live is what you're going to get. Patreon.com/PackerNation. You can write in $1. You can come in at $5. There are folks that do up to 20 that say I average about $10 a month, which still is around a Netflix account. Robert says, do not sleep on Davis. And I would say that. Yeah, I would say that to defensive backs around the league, because this guy has to have a roster spot as far as I'm concerned. Mammy K is here. Davis practiced running routes all off season. It shows, doesn't it, Dano? I mean, the guy has really, and him catching contested balls as naturally as he did, the back shoulder throws, Jake Kumaro showed a little bit of ability in that as well. MVS had a nice catch, toe tap out of bounds, but Trevor Davis, he's making some highlight reel catches. And that is super important for a team that really, really, needs to kind of revamp we're revamping our wide receiver corps. We got Devontae Adams and, Geronimo Allison, who also caught, and again, name a name. Geronimo Allison with that nice little slant. And I have right now opened up my feed on Get Vocal. So if you're a patron and you want to jump on, the comment line is always open. I've seen a few people kind of flash on and then disappear, and I don't know if it's coming because of the simulcast that's going on. But if you jump on with me directly and you want to get on, we can do some Packer talk already. I've already had a nice chat with a Bears fan on Get Vocal. It's been fantastic. And it just runs super, super well, which is not easy to do, especially when you're streaming and bringing people on the show. All right, so let's check out a few more comments on Facebook, since we know we've got some guys there. Anthony's saying Jake Kumaro is the real deal. Kind of hope he's a starter. Me too. And there's so many out there, because, Aaron Rodgers already said, he's like, you guys know what I think about Jake Kumaro. You don't even need to ask anymore. Robert's excited for him as well. I am too. I think overall, I'm excited for this wide receiver group, because whoever floats to the top, and of course the preseason games are big time for that. And I said, the Packers organization and Brian Gutekunst in particular, they've got some really tough decisions to make. But if they make the right decisions, this could be a top offense in the league, I think. And I do believe, and the same is true of the defense. I don't think there are a lot of huge decisions on the defense. I think the wide receiver group is going to be tough. I think the running back group is going to be relatively easy, but we're going to have to decide, in terms of numbers, how much depth. Do we get the right amount of depth? And as Dante says, people are sleeping on this wide receiver group. So good luck to you guys out there. We will put you to sleep, and then we will put you to bed is what we will do. All right? Bobby says, MVS is going to be awesome for the Pack in a couple of years. You heard it here first. Lock it in. I don't know. You didn't hear it. That's not the first, Bobby. I wouldn't say. A lot of people think MVS is going to have a breakout year this year. He worked with Randy Moss. Oops, I try not to name his name. But heck, I mean, he's a Hall of Fame receiver. And as long as a Packer is working with him, I'm cool with that. But yeah, I mean, MVS has been on the radar for a very long time now. And this is a guy, you're talking about 6'4", 4.3 speed. I mean, give me a break. And again, it just goes to the fact that, this Packers wide receiver core could be one of the deepest and best from top to bottom out there. And I think it's important because remember this, before this offseason began, we were a little concerned. Geronimo Allison that was hurt for half the year. If Davante Adams, knock on wood, heaven forbid, were to go down, what were we going to do? Well, part and parcel of this whole process is to make sure that if anything happens, maybe Davante Adams has to miss for a couple of games or something, we can still win games. And that was a big concern for a lot of folks in Packer Nation, and a very real one. I think we're in good shape now, but the concern I have now is I don't know that we're going to keep as many wide receivers as we have in the past. So I am a little concerned that we still may end up, if anything happens to one of our top tier guys, we still might be hurting a little bit. Mike says, I read this morning that the Bears offense isn't clicking too well at the moment. Well, maybe they've been practicing with the field goal unit. I don't know. Layla is saying deadly is the word for our offense, or our wide receiver core, perhaps. Well, and I think our offense in general might be the way to go, because I think Aaron Jones out there in an outside zone scheme, I think they still have a ways to go in this outside zone. They're a little bit hesitant yet. And I've compared film to, was it Derrick Henry running for the Titans last year in Matt LaFleur's system, and our guys, obviously under Mike McCarthy, though, last year. And we were much more hesitant. We were much more of a thinking and analytical group of running backs. We've got to pull the trigger and go. You're better off being not quite right and being fast to the hole in this Matt LaFleur-led running game. And I think we've got to get there. We're, maybe just a third of a second. But there were, on all the run plays, I would say. I would like to see the trigger be a little bit faster. That comes with practice. It just comes, it's like they say. That you got to just be out there playing, not thinking. And I think to some extent that's what we're seeing. And it's not bad at all. I mean, the running game looked pretty good. Of course, the defense is only thudding at this point too. Ryan is asking, do you think Randy Moss showed MVS how to moon the Viking fans? I sure hope so. I hope he didn't, but I hope MVS is like, I can't wait to win at US Bank because I'm going to score a touchdown because I'm going to moon those fans. I'm going to do what Randy Moss did. It would be absolutely, put up the ha-ha face, because it would be classic. If we could get that and someone sabotages, you know who you are, Phil Jones. Someone sabotages the horn and has it make farting noises at the same time. That is ideal. In December, we take home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I guess we probably would have to have a win the next week, because I think the Vikings are the week before, maybe week 16. But we take the Vikings out of playoff contention. We are on the road to home field advantage throughout. MVS catches the winning touchdown pass, moons the crowd. Someone sabotages the horn and makes it make farting sounds at US Bank. A guy can dream, A guy can dream. That's all we're going to say. Robert says the key for Geronimo Allison, for him to stay healthy when he's on the field, he gives us an extra weapon with Davante Adams. He sure does. He's done a good job. And we're still having a little bit of herky-jerkiness. And guys, I will make this announcement right now. I am trying to get my internet speed doubled. And even if I can't do that, depending on how much it costs, I am trying to hardwire in. So the studio is in the back of the house. I have, Wi-Fi is right here. But we're trying to work on that, and that might solve some of these problems. Let's see if we can do it, guys. It'll take more supporters, but I'm excited, and I do want to make this announcement. I don't want to do a show without making this announcement, because everybody's been talking about their show numbers. So I am at probably over 850 shows right now. When I get to 1,000 shows, and that's not 1,000 views. I get 1,000 views a show from time to time. I get 1,000 viewers on live at halftime during the Packers game and live. 1,000 shows, 1,000 supporters. I am giving $1 in Packer Pro Shop gift cards. All right. So it'll probably be like a $300 spree, a $200, and then like $500 gift cards. I'm going to distribute it a little bit, but I am going to be giving away $1,000 in Packer Pro Shop gift cards. So the sooner we get to 1,000 supporters, the sooner I can make that happen. As soon as I hit that number, because I can almost guarantee I will hit 1,000 shows before I hit 1,000 supporters. I'm thinking 1,000 supporters maybe mid-season if things really go well. But we are very close to 400 now. We're almost halfway there, guys. And I do believe, because I'm going to be running I'm going to be doing some Facebook book marketing, which is why the Heritage Shareholder is only for a limited time. Basically, it's until I can develop the T-shirt. I've scratched out a few designs right now. But all right, YouTube is still running. It doesn't look great, which on YouTube people, probably won't like very much at all. But I'm okay. It's working. And you can join the event through YouTube by clicking the link down below. So if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you should be. That's Green Bay Packer Nation, I think is my handle there. You'll see the logo. And for my free shows, then if you get Vocal, you'll be able to jump on those shows as well. I think I am going to have to expand. I've got to figure out how to figure out who to let on the shows. For right now, if somebody jumps on, we're just going to be testing it and trying it out. So you will get on if you give it a try, most likely. All right. Let's take some more comments. Dante is asking a great question. Do you think Crosby's job is safe? He says, I think so. I'm not sure. Ficken missed one last night. Then he makes the big 63-yarder. We know Crosby also has a big leg. That 63-yarder, I've explained, I'm a little bit skeptical in a live rep whether that one goes through or not. But, Mason Crosby, you need to see where he's at after last season, I would think. And we're not going to be able to see. I don't know when we're going to see him. Hopefully for the preseason game against the Texans, because I think it is necessary. All right, Robert, this is a controversial question. Had we still had Jeff Janis on this team, do you think LaFleur would have used him, right? Yeah, it's not really a controversial question. It's really just a hypothetical, and he's just not on the team. So, I don't know that Jeff Janis is going to beat out any of the guys we've got. I think even Trevor Davis could beat out Jeff Janis as of right now. I just don't know. We didn't see Jeff Janis play in this system. If Jeff Janis was doing like Trevor Davis has been doing, then I think, yeah. But I definitely think he would have given him reps. But LaFleur's been pretty clear. He's trying to give everybody reps. So, what if there were no hypothetical questions, I guess. Mike is here from Charlotte, North Carolina. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to spin the globe, guys. Let's do it. For North Carolina, I'm in Johnson City. All right, let's see. All right, we're going to do a 63-yarder right now. Oh, freak. I just have a bad feeling right now. I am not confident anymore. I am not confident. Looks like somebody's jumping on. Get Vocal. Trent is here. I hit Africa dead center. Where's our South Africa, folks? It's interesting. So I'm going to explain, since you can't see, and it looks like Facebook feed is freezing up a little bit, that basically, so my Get Vocal feed, which is, again, it's running perfect, has 3 spots there, and on the right, it tells me who's here, and a few people have popped on and off. So I'm excited about that. That's a step in the right direction. And I think I may go ahead and close this one up for the day. We've covered quite a few. It's nice to have comments because usually with Get Vocal, so far, there hasn't been anybody on. So I've been talking to myself. And I love the interaction. That's my favorite part. And so here we go. Yeah, I agree with Ryan. Janis had plenty of chances. I just, he's just not on the team. I want to talk about people who are on the team. And I do think the quarterback group after Aaron Rodgers looked so. We had our completions. We definitely did. And I did like that the quarterbacks pranked Manny let him run on the field first. They just stopped off and let him run out by himself. Excuse me. I thought that was hilarious. I loved it. And at the same time, the backup quarterback position has been a little bit of a position of controversy. And so we definitely want to see a backup develop, and the preseason is kind of all we're going to have at that point. Tim Boyle, of course, was the darling of the preseason last year. Kaiser had his moments. Then Kaiser's the one that got the second, got backup duties. And then when he was thrown in against the Bears, which I think is a bad sample to have, but he didn't perform very well. So backup quarterback, backup running backs, they got some great reps. I know Aaron Jones is going to be great. I think we know what we have in Jamal Williams to some extent. I think Jamal Williams might be another one that I've kind of questioned and said, yeah, this guy might need to get healthy and get on the field here pretty quick. The O-line, I think, looks good. The rotation looks good. Of course, with the practices, they're not allowed to, the defense isn't allowed to really go full speed. And John's asking about QB depth, so I really am not sure where we're at. I'm a little bit apprehensive about the quarterback depth. I hope I'll feel better when the preseason games start rolling around. Don, do you think they will keep all the QBs and you do what the Saints did last year and have them as wide receivers? No, I don't think so. I think Taysom Hill was special. That's why I wanted to keep him last year. What was he, 220 pounds, 6'3", I want to say, and ran a 4.4, had 4.4 speed. And was a quarterback. I don't think we have that. Tim Boyle's not going to do that for you. I don't know how many we keep. I think 3 is the most. Honestly, I'd like to see 2 and a practice squad guy because I think we're sunk if Aaron Rodgers, as of what I've seen so far. And I know some want to bring in a veteran guy. I don't think that really helps us, to be honest, too much. Now, I think it could. I can see the argument that because we're running the ball more and we have this outside zone scheme, maybe it would. Ryan says, you said duty. Did I really? What? I did now. Jason is here. Go Pack Go from Samanok, Illinois. I hope I pronounced that right. I am from Wisconsin, so I should be able to pronounce these things correctly. But I don't know that I've seen that before. But if you're in Illinois, man, I see that diamond by your name. Go get him, buddy. And way to hold down the fort in enemy territory. Everybody thumbs up, heart. Jason, for doing it to it in enemy territory. We got a lot of Chicago folks on here. Chicago now is our 3rd most represented city on the Facebook fan page of around 450,000. 2nd is Mexico City, guys. So we need to embrace our Mexico NFL fans. They are awesome. And I'm spinning the globe right now. It's just got to happen. So now I got to think of kind of what I did last time and see if I can get a little better spin this time. Come on around. There we go. There we go. He did it. It's right there. It's right there. Inside the right upright. 50%. Fantastic. All right. All right. Robert, that was a waste of time. Yeah, letting Taysom go. Yeah, and again, he's not with us. It's one of those water under the bridge things. But it is unfortunate. All right, checking back in on the YouTube live. I'm spinning the globe there, just so you know. This is really confusing for me, but we're going to work it out because, guys, I've had a lot of fun talking. And those that want to jump on, and we've got Beckett is on, and Alexander, I believe. I hope I didn't get your name right because it does not show me. And I'm going to give you a hi. There's a hey man for you. So here we go. First time ever, guys. You're witnessing it now, but we are simulcast on 3 different platforms at the same time. So again, if the quality is not where it usually is, I do apologize for that. But this is, the free show. The Get Vocal folks on Patreon in particular are the ones that are, it's nice, high quality there. Become a patron today. Patreon.com/PackerNation. And I will be doing, of course, we've got now some, now we've got some business going on, some preseason business. I will be doing my Go Deep video blog. We'll be breaking down plays. On Patreon is where I do more of the in-depth football stuff. If you want to see a little bit of that, it's a little more in-depth. And, guys, this is freaking fun. I've been trying to do this now, for a long time. Now, if I got a computer up here running Facebook, I also could quadcast with Instagram Live as well, but it isn't connected right now through Get Vocal, but I have done it right here on my phone, which is right. This is where I'm looking at your Facebook guys. Over here is my YouTube. And then, of course, Get Vocal, who's feeding it out to you guys. So in case you're interested in that, that's what's going on. And Angela's here. Paul is here. Ryan is here. Let's see. So again, it's all going to start happening really fast. I thought family night came up pretty quick. I was really excited even to see the Denver, Atlanta game. And I thought I thought Denver's offense looked fast, but not 100% there just yet. I thought our offense could use a little bit. I thought the tempo was good, not great. But I thought the execution was pretty good. There's still, like I said, a little hesitancy in the running game, I think. I think we're still thinking a little bit. Like the way the offensive line looked. But, even though the offense kind of stole the show, the defense looked pretty good. We're still sticky. We're looking pretty sticky out there, guys. We don't have all of our guys either. It's good to see Kevin King getting out there. And Jason's asking, how about the defense from family night? And I talked about that a little bit earlier. I did have a chance to look. Maybe you asked last night. Somebody asked me last night, and I didn't really have a good answer. They're looking good, guys. This is a defense when you're out there and Aaron Rodgers, number 12, has the football. You don't touch him. They were getting through. They were breaking down the offensive line. The offensive line did not look atrocious. You had Blake Martinez blowing the doors off one of the running backs. I didn't see his number. And I do see somebody's on my Get Vocal account. A couple of them. David is here. Mark is here. If you wish to grab a spot and you're watching on Get Vocal, you should be able to see it. I haven't been able to test from that side. But Mark, I do have the spots unlocked. If you see it, you want to try it, just hit me up. We'll talk about family night. We'll talk about predictions. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about on the Get Vocal show. But, the defense looked good. I mean, the offense stole the show with the big-time catches, but those were mostly contested catches. Jair Alexander, I think, looked good. He's playing Davante Adams, that 60-yard bomb. He was pretty well stuck to him. He turned around a little bit late, but we know that Jair Alexander can turn around and pick off the ball as easily as not in that trail technique situation. And Aaron Rodgers is super accurate. Any other quarterback, drop it in a little bit short, and Jair Alexander can have interceptions. Here's what I loved about the defense, okay? I've talked about what I liked about the offense and that they stole the show. Interceptions, turnovers on this defense. We're not going to get strip sacks because nobody's going that hard after Aaron Rodgers. Nobody's going to risk him. Turnovers on the defense. We've got tip ball turnovers, hustle turnovers. You had Brown out there just undercutting a route with a pick six, guys. Is anybody excited about that? I am excited about the return of the turnover to Green Bay Packer. We've got Ravama. I remember your name, I think, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but from Fiji now, also on. So Packer Nation Worldwide, well represented, and you can see the hearts coming up. We're very happy now to see the return of the interception. We don't know necessarily. We know there was a strip sack of Davante Adams in practice already. And one of the things you may not have seen is even though the defense was only thumping, they were going, second man was stripping the ball. Second man was going for the ball, guys. I think we're in good shape. We still have to see how these guys tackle because you got to tackle first. We have to see if it continues, if the interceptions and the turnovers continue. But they do tend to come in bunches, and I think this defense is kind of on fire. They're getting a nose for the football, I believe. Mark is here. Hey, man, how you doing? And so with that, I think we're in pretty good shape. Heart me up if you agree, to roll into practice against the Texans and mature as an offense, take some defensive reps where we can go full bore now. It's going to be a very, very important week, I think, for this new Matt LaFleur-led offense and this team with a new head coach in general practicing against the Texans this week. And then, of course, the first preseason game is almost here, guys. This week is the week we're going to get to see Packer football return to Green Bay. Lee says, I'm excited for Thursday, but unfortunately the game isn't televised here in the Seattle thanks to the Hawks game. Boo. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I have had the inkling of doing basically a radio broadcast over Patreon. I just don't see it happening. But if you are a patron, and I think, Lee, you are, I am toying with getting Discord running. So you can basically, I think, open up a speakerphone situation. That's what I'll call it. Again, we just started testing it last year. It just came on as the Packers exited and the season ended last year. It's kind of like Get Vocal. They're brand new. But if my idea is we're just going to have kind of a watch party, if anybody wants to jump on Discord, you connect with Discord and you can be like, we can all celebrate together. But if folks jump on, we also can be talking about what's going on in the game. So that might be a way to, get some conversation going, keep you in the loop a little bit, because that's what we're trying to do. And you're trying to do it legally. But I will say on Patreon, I am no more. I got on my high horse. I got on a little bit of a soapbox. And I'm just as much of a business pragmatist as everybody else. So I'm not going to get on any more soapboxes. I'll say that. But Patreon, I might push the limits a little on Patreon. So there you go. So Lee, I believe you're one of my patrons as well. So we'll see what we can do for you. All right. Mark is here. No injuries. I think let's go ahead and close the show with that. Everyone, whatever luck you have, channel it toward the Green Bay Packers. And let's hope this team can get through this week without a major injury. Let's hope we can start to get healthier, guys. We're rolling toward a season, and we have yet to see now both of our starting running backs. We've seen Aaron Jones a little bit, but then he's been out as well in precautionary stance on him, of course, and that's fine. But the guy needs to get a little bit of work in. I don't think we want to go in like McCarthy did, where guys like Aaron Jones just had so few snaps. I think we need a little more, but we've got to say, stay healthy. Mark says, tested Get Vocal, could only watch. And we'll have to check. Are you watching on a phone? I'm trying to test that side of it, but it's virtually impossible for me when I telecast. So because I'm using all my technologies being used to see what is going on from my side outside to the simulcast streams. But what I'll probably try to do, Mark, then is next Thursday for Patreon, which is what I thought today was. Again, supporters, shareholders, I apologize. But next Thursday, because I won't be simulcasting that's going to be for patrons only, I'll probably turn my phone on and see if I can run Get Vocal, because it's on my personal profile. And then so I can get a look at so you got to understand from my side, I only get to see my side most of the time. I have to test out the other side. So thank you for the information. And yes, thank you for letting me know you were on your phone. I actually looked at it today on my phone. I was going to try to do one over the data plan. And it was logged into my personal account. So what I'll do is I'll just leave that there. And then next Thursday, we'll be talking about the Texans, right? So I'll try to log in and see if it gives me my notifications, see if I can jump on and grab one of my own spot. I don't know how to do that, but I'll take a look, I guess. So again, these are new technologies, but Get Vocal has been running super smooth and looking really good. And I'm very excited about being able to do that. And of course, Go Deep is coming back this week. I do have a podcast version of that I want to distribute. And I'm trying to get a full another podcast running. Basically because I need to have a podcast that I can distribute outside of Patreon. Everything there will go first to patrons. But I've got to continue to grow those streams of income, guys, even though the support is growing. It's been fantastic. I'm absolutely blown away, floored by the support that I've seen. So I appreciate all of you. If you have been considering support, just click the badge with a heart in it. You'll get a badge with a heart in it. And everybody's badges have been showing today, by the way. It's 99 cents a month, and you get supporter-only content. We call you shareholders, and the Heritage shareholder window is only going to be open for so long. That's the first wave, and we're going to offer a T-shirt on my Amazon shop that you can pick up if you want to have. Some people have been pretty excited about being a Heritage shareholder because it will never happen again. It will never be able to happen again. Once I start doing marketing and stuff like that for the Facebook fan page, it's going to be the end of an era. I've gone 10 years and built this page, not ever paying for advertising. And that's about to change. So that's the Heritage shareholder concept. And I'm super excited about it. I gotta be honest. It was really one of the shareholders' idea to just do a t-shirt. So again, now I've kind of changed my timeline a little because I'm slow at designing t-shirts. All right, there's the news of the day, guys. Well, I hope you have a great Saturday. Have a lot of fun out there. Be 100% safe, guys. I want to see every single one of you safe and sound on these shows, just like we want to see every single Packer player safe and sound throughout the entire, however many games it is to win yet another Super Bowl. Okay, so be safe, make good decisions out there. I want to see you guys on my next show. You guys have a great and fantastic Saturday. We are rolling into a new week. It is a week of Packer football, no doubt about it. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Go Pack.